Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion.
Hello once again and welcome to Poetry in Motion Sunday. I'm Craig Lewis and you're watching episode 67. As we start my first poem, this one is called Married to a Cougar. To the young lane where the footprints of my younger self reside, to the old lane where they will be when my age is multiplied. I'm rewriting my history. In class they told me lies. Like a rug I could have stayed down, but instead I chose to rise. To the loads of spies on Facebook who perch just like an owl, who see my post and don't press like I deem this kind of foul. I'm hitting back like boxer's coach, no need to throw the towel. To the ones that got away from the meeting down the aisle, I'm thankful for the lessons learnt. For each heartbreak is a blessing earned. My heart's no movie sequel. Once it's broken, there's no second turn. To the teachers who misjudged me and deemed the less bright future, that I chose to love me and dismissed them like a rumor. Cause now I'm 40 plus and smiling, married to a cougar. And moving on to my second poem, this one's called Like Cupid's Bow and Arrow. Gloucester is his place of birth, his sights on other towns. Offering his greatest work, one day he may be crowned. It's well believed that hell would freeze the day he lazed around. The ching from the money sign became his favorite sound. His city's not behind him though, he seldom played in town. He mostly played in places where his locals wasn't found. If you like to travel much, his posters can be found. Like old buildings that were nightclubs before they closed it down. He has rhythm in his rhyme. If you chose to give him time, he'd approach you in your mind and take you on a journey. It's said his poems go down well with people over 30. You tell the people at the back, move closer so you heard me. And it seemed to do the trick. His lyrics like instructions would keep people out the nick. And on the straight and narrow, his poetry had won their hearts like Cupid's bow and arrow. And moving on to my third and final poem of the day, this one is called As It's Thought, So Shall It Be. As it's thought, so shall it be, I happily will claim this mantra. Gradually, each time we sleep, it's known we're close to Casper. Cash notes tag the grafter like it was a game of tag. But those who get things easy, they're the ones that like to brag. She likes the way he owns his swag. If she plays the field, she's known as slag. But if the guy's a Jack the Lad, his tag is not the same. Cause if 9s and 10s he pulls, they say that he's got game. Kissing all these queens until he finds his own twin flame, like the princess did the frog. Some may call it confidence, some call it gift of God. Seeing through the inner eye, one way to shift the fog. He sits on logs and walks through nature to put his thoughts to paper. A journal which may progress into a great read much later. A journal which may progress to a great read much later. And there you have it, your poetry fix from me this week. I hope you enjoyed. Until next week, short and sweet. Take care.
Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday.